Greetings everyone, I'm Lorene HD. Welcome to my channel for a new video about rejection and more specifically about healing from rejection. You know, when you disclose your status to someone in due time, meaning before anything sexual happens between the two of you and that this person decides not to be intimate with you. But before I jump into things, I just quickly want to introduce you to the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is not a crisis line, nor it is self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a professional therapist with whom you can start chatting with within 48 hours. BetterHelp is also more affordable than traditional therapy, and financial aid is available for those who qualify. If you feel like you want to check it out, you can use my promo code betterhelp.com/LoreneHD. That's better, HELP/LoreneHD for 10% off of your first month. So first of all, did you know that as far as our brain is concerned, pain from social rejection hurts as much as physical pain? So I've linked in the description below an article and a study, but basically the study demonstrates that even though our brain processes pain from social rejection and physical pain differently, it reacts to it in similar ways. So for example, when we get physically hurt, opioids are released in our brain to sort of alleviate the feeling, the sensation of pain. And the same thing happens during social rejection. So what does it mean? It means that you got hurt. Like your heart is broken, your ego is broken, your confidence broken. And if you broke, a leg, would you be expecting to be able to walk the next day? Like, no. Would you be expecting not to be in pain the next day? No. So have the right expectation that, when our body or our feelings get hurt, it takes time to heal. And that's normal. So just don't rush yourself to get over it so quickly. And the second thing it means is that being rejected for an STI is part of social rejection. So you might have never been rejected for having, an incurable STI, but you've definitely been socially rejected before. So what I want you to do right now is pause this video or put me in the background and take a moment to think, maybe take a piece of paper and a pen if that helps. And I want you to write down 3 times that you've been socially rejected before. And because I'm a gentlewoman, I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna break the ice, and I'm gonna tell you 3 times that I've been socially rejected. The first time was when I was too tall for romantic partners. The second time was in a professional environment when I was not invited to meetings or business travels because I was too junior. And even that was like confusing to me because it's like, is my title too junior, or like my contributions are too junior? And sometimes when we have a reason for that social rejection, it almost makes it worse than if we don't have a reason and we can just like retro-engineer whatever reason we're comfortable with. But that was that. And the third time is when I got rejected from Berghain. Minute of silence for Berghain. Like literally singled out amongst my friends because I wasn't cool enough, I guess. So that was me. What came up for you? If you feel comfortable, share it in the comments below. But the point that I'm making here is that you didn't have to wait to contract an incurable STI to start experiencing social rejection. You have experienced social rejection before and you've gotten over it. And this time will be no different. So now, I'm not just here to affirm your herpes rejection pain and tell you it's very real. I'm also here to tell you that just because it's real, it doesn't have to be your focus. So when we think of disclosures, we tend to think of them as attracting 2 types of responses, either acceptance or rejection. As if we were like applications and potential partners were robots with like a single ability to pass us or fail us. But of course, we, you and I, and potential partners for that matter, are not robots. We are human beings and we have the ability to feel a plethora of emotions. So much so that sometimes we get hella confused on how to make sense of those emotions. But we lose the ability to see the spectrum when our needs reach states of deficiency. So think of it like with hunger, for example. When you're hungry, you're gonna go less into the psychological debate of like, well, is this good for me? Is this balanced with what I ate earlier? Is this No, you're just gonna go with whatever is edible in front of you because you need to satisfy the hunger. So you're just gonna wanna know, will this feed me or not? Same thing when you're cold. Styles and look and all of that are gonna matter less because you just want to have something to warm up your body. So you're gonna wanna know, can this warm me up or not? So in the case of a herpes disclosure, since we learned somewhere along the way that contracting an STI, an incurable STI, makes you less worthy of love and makes you less attractive, yada yada, this herpes disclosure conversation just brings up a lot of insecurities around our sense of worth and puts us in a state of emotional neediness and deficiency. And so in the same way that we look at food to satisfy our hunger, or we look at clothes to warm us up, we start turning to partners as a source of satisfaction for that need. And we just want to know, will they accept me or not? And so now I could tell you, be your own source of satisfaction. And yes, this is gold. It's a North Star that we should all seek to reach, regardless of if we're living with an STI or not. But I'm not going to say that, one, because I don't think this is what you need to hear right now, as in like, well, you have an incurable STI, better get used to being your own source of satisfaction. Like, I don't want you to get the wrong, impression that you just have yourself to rely on. And two, I also don't want to dismiss the need that we have for external validation and acceptance. Like, literally, as human beings, we are hardwired for belonging. Statistically, I think there's like an 80% chance of survival if we're in group and only 20% chance if we're alone. So we need each other. So recapping a little bit, going back to a minute ago, potential partners are indeed a source of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. But when you turn to them as a source of satisfaction, and this is the turning point of the video, I want you to ask yourself, what am I looking to satisfy? When we're looking to satisfy our insecurities, then it's our low self that kicks in deprivation mode and just looks at it in this binary way of, will they accept me or not? Will they accept me or reject me? But when we're looking to satisfy our sense of worth, then it's our highest self that kicks in and sees beyond the binary and starts looking at all the things that a disclosure can attract. And it sounds like this. I was respected for showing up with integrity. I was thanked. I was valued. I was confided in because me being vulnerable opened up a space for this potential partner to be vulnerable with me. I was a source of inspiration for other people not to let any shame or stigma get the best of them. And you can keep this list going on and on and on, but this is the place that we're in now. Do you feel how different it is? The real outcome of a disclosure is not to be accepted or rejected. It's to be able to be in a place where you can show up in your highest self. I also don't want to romanticize every disclosure because I do know that there are idiots out there that just project their own ignorance as a result of your disclosure. And needless to say, you probably wouldn't have gotten anything out of a relationship with these people. But if you identify with this, I want you to start noticing how your lowest self will try to take the lead and drag you down to a place of making you think of future disclosures as, are they going to accept me or reject me this time? And instead, I want you to engage your highest self and cherishing being seen for who you are, and remind yourself of all the things that a disclosure can attract and how much a disclosure is an opportunity to show who you are, show your values, show your integrity, because disclosing your status will attract so much, and it will always say so much more about who you are than your status alone ever will. If this video was helpful, please leave a thumbs up, and reminder that if you feel the need to use affordable professional help, you can visit betterhelp.com and use my discount code for 10% off your first month. BetterHelp, that's betterhelp.com/LoreenHD. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.